Let's view the default tenants and namespaces, as well as create a new tenant and namespace. We will need to provide our service account permissions to produce and consume messages to all topics inside of this new namespace. If the Go to Tenants Namespaces link is grayed out, or the Tenant Namespace Resource and Admin sections are missing in the left column, first select your instance. Next, we can click on Go to Tenants Namespaces on the right, or the equivalent button in the left pane. Any Pulsar cluster comes with some default tenants like Public, Pulsar, and SN, which also have some default namespaces. Multi-tenancy is a core feature of Pulsar, providing a natural security boundary within Pulsar to allow multiple parts of your organization to use a single Pulsar cluster. When creating a new tenant, you can assign tenant admins, delegating tenant configurations to members of your organization who may better understand the specific needs of Pulsar users in that part of your org. We create a new tenant called MyTenant and assign it to the single cluster we just created. As an example, to enable geo-replication across clusters, the tenant would need to exist on multiple clusters in the same instance. I don't wish to delegate any special tenant admin privileges at this time, so I click Confirm to continue. Next, we create a namespace within our new tenant. Namespaces are a grouping mechanism for Pulsar topics. For example, if you had multiple topics within a tenant that should all have the same message retention policy, it makes sense to define the policy on the namespace level and create all the topics within that namespace. This also applies to permissions for producing and consuming messages to topics within a namespace. Clicking on My Namespace and Policy, I click on Add Role and select our service account. By providing it produce and consume permissions on this namespace, that service account will be able to publish or receive messages from any topic within this namespace.